As you bring your awareness to the moment, we get ready for this wonderful gift you've given yourself today. Let's go ahead and bend your knees. Step your feet up on the mat. Let's do some pelvic tilts. Leave your butt down. Inhale, arch the back away from the mat. Exhale, release back down. Match the breath with the movement. Inhale, back arches away from the mat. Exhale, back flattens back down. Check in with the breath. Make sure you're breathing deep and effortless. We're going to add to this. It's not often we bend the back and stretch it at the same time, right? So let's find Dungeon Master arms. Interlace the fingers over the head. Pointer fingers, bring those arms overhead. As you inhale and arch the back away from the mat, pull the hands away from the head. As you exhale, releasing the back down to the mat. So you're doing most of the work on the inhale. Inhale, arching the back and stretching it at the same time. Exhale, flattening the back, releasing the stretch. Continue to match the breath with the movement as we begin to open up that wonderful body. All right. Let's do about 3 more. When you're ready, you can release out. Let's hug in both knees. Bring one hand on each knee. Spread the legs nice and wide. Head and shoulders lift off the mat. Breath comes in. Head and shoulders come up. Spread all 10 toes. Breath comes in. As you exhale, you're focusing on releasing. Opening the groin where we have lymph nodes, right? Strengthening your immune system as we irrigate, oxygenate the lymphatic system. Give me a few more breaths here. And whenever you're ready, release your head and shoulders back down to the mat. And let's go ahead and grab that right foot on both sides with both hands. Bring that foot on up to the heavens. Left leg is straight on the mat so we can continue stretching the groin. And breath comes in. I'm hoping you can hold on there for at least 5 or 6 breaths as we strengthen the grip, the wrists, opening up the forearms. And I hope you're breathing. And of course, we're stretching out the back of the leg. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and release your head and shoulders down if you want to, but keep grabbing the leg up high so you can feel that the grip is still being strengthened. And we'll go about 7 or 8 breaths. You can tick-tock that leg side to side, pull it towards you as well. And of course, opening up the back of the legs, good for reducing stress in the mind and the body. So we're doing the splits today. So we'll need to open up the back of the legs. When you're ready, release that right foot back down to the mat. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left leg. Grab that left foot on both sides with the hands and bring that foot on up to the heavens. I hope you can hang on here for at least 5 or 6 breaths. We stretch out the armpits as well, where we have lymph nodes, right? Breath comes in as you explore. So I know I caught this class yesterday, and they said it was really hard last night, so I had to make a few modifications maybe from the morning class. If you want, you can release your head and shoulders down briefly, but hang on as high as you can on that leg so you can continue stretching out the armpits and strengthening the grip and also working the back of the leg. Give me about 4 or 5 more breaths. When you're ready, release on down. Let's bend both knees. Step the feet up. Arch pose. Inhale, lift the butt. Exhale, lower the butt. Match the breath with the movement as we work our way towards some back bends. So now we know the drill. Let's bring in the arms. Butt comes up, both arms come overhead, maybe touching the back of the hands to the mat or rug behind you. Exhale, butt comes down, arms release back down. Check in with the breath. Make sure you're breathing nice and deep and effortlessly, right? And let's do 3 more. I hope you're breathing. And we'll move into a moving spinal twist. When you're ready, go ahead and release. Bring your arms out like wings. Today we'll step the feet to the outer edges of the mat. So knees are bent, but the feet are on the outer edges of the mat. Moving spinal twist, right? Arms out like wings. So Danny, bring one foot on one outer edge of the mat, the other foot on the other. When you're ready, exhale, lower both knees together to either side of the mat. Inhale, bring them back up to center. Exhale, lower the knees to the other side. And continue matching the breath with the movement. And of course, move your head the opposite direction. The knees are dropping. As that head moves in the opposite direction, of course, we're massaging and oxygenating the thyroid and parathyroid gland of the throat. But you also learned recently you have lymph nodes in the neck. So doing a lot of things here. Oxygenating, irrigating, nourishing the spine, bringing back youthfulness. So it's not often we do this. Which is why yoga can reverse the aging effects of your spine. Let's do about 6 to 8 more moving spinal twists with wide feet. And then we're coming into the most enjoyable part of the class. I know you guys are going to love it. It's usually the funnest part of class. It's coming up in a moment. Whenever you're ready, release to center. Let's hug in both knees. When you're ready, see if you can find spider pose. Head and shoulders lift off the mat. Bring your hands up as high as you can on the legs. And let's go ahead and take a moment. Rotate the feet 5 or 6 times in each direction. Rotate the ankles, open and close the toes. Crimp the toes and point the toes. Spider pose, right? When you're ready, from here, release the rotation of the feet. From here, see if you can float your way up to boat pose. And that pun is intended. And then we're going to go bring your arms to either side of the legs and kind of move. Notice I'm moving my hands too and my feet. And then bring the arms to the other side of the legs and do the same thing. Breath is deep and the face is soft. When you're ready, float back into spider pose. Relaxing here. Nothing going on. Just try to take a break from that boat pose routine. So I knew you guys would love this. I know you look forward to this. When you're ready, float back up to your boat. Hang here for a moment. And then bring your arms to either side and do a little movement, do some kicking. Face is soft, breath is deep. Bring the arms to the other side, do a few more. And come back up to spider pose. This morning we did 3 of these. Stay in spider. I'm just getting up. I've got 5 classes today, so I've got to do that often. How many are we going to do here?
We're done.
Oh. Oh, okay, when you're ready, release, release. Since you're doing all of the world a favor with your yoga, right? Then I'll honor that. Let's find modified pigeon. Bend the knees, last one in the sequence. Bring either ankle on top of the knee, right? Pushing that. If you see Holly here, she's going to push the knee with her closest hand, bringing awareness to the hip and checking in with the breath. Whenever you're ready, reach through with both hands, grab the back of the thigh that holds the ankle. Grab the back of the thigh that holds the ankle, bringing those legs up, opening up that hip, right? And it's said you hold a lot of memories, experiences, emotions in the body as you open up the densest, arguably the most dense muscle in the body, the hips, cleaning you out, right? Yoga is like a washing machine. They're cleaning you out. And as we open the hips, usually the first change that is noticed in you is you have a nicer, calmer character, right? Yoga calms you. Is it too hot in here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel it too. Well, we started at 74. And we're definitely going to need a cooler temperature because this class has a little challenge sprinkled in, right? When you're ready, release down. Bring the other ankle up on the knee. Push that leg with the same hand. And bring awareness to the hip as you breathe into it. Bringing in the entire intelligence of the universe into your hip as you breathe. Whenever you're ready, reach through with both hands. Grab the back of the leg that holds the ankle. Breath comes in as you explore. Opening up your hip. And give me 3 or 4 more breaths, please. And whenever you're ready, begin to release out and do nothing. Take a break. So take about 10 more breaths. As you're breathing, you can visualize, right, how you're going to make your way to your side body with strap in hand. I'm going to be up here, so you'll have to turn a certain way so you can see me, okay? But strap in hand, infinity series. What you'll do first is find a straight body line and come up on your forearm. And we've done this before, right? So you're on your forearm with a nice straight body line. That bottom leg, bend it for balance, and then your top foot, place the strap on the ball of the foot. Grab a hold of the strap as close to the foot as comfortable, and then bring in the breath as you pull that straight leg toward your head. This is infinity series. There's a little bit of a lateral bend too going on, okay? Check your line. If you look down, see if you have a nice straight line. I like to kind of pull and bounce a little, bringing a lot of opening to the back of the leg. You might notice the grip, again, is strengthening in the bicep as well. Give me a few more breaths here. When you're ready, the strap's going to slip out of your hand a little as you lower the leg to the front. Don't set it on the mat. Breath comes in. You got 5 breaths. Try to pull that foot up toward the top of your mat. Explore how you want. And then you can release the foot, release the strap. We're not done though. That same top leg, bend it, grab a hold of the foot. Watch what I'm going to do. Push the groin forward, lay the head back, open the heart, kick the foot away as you find a nice half bow pose, and bring in the breath. Wonderful back bend, right? Have to do back bends or you can't bring youthfulness back to the spine. When you're ready, release. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm taking that same top leg in front. I'm going to set it down, and then I'm finding a nice spinal twist, turning my head the other way. Take your hand, though. See if you can anchor that knee that you just put down on the mat and turn and find a nice, effective, deep twist as you bring in the breath. So back bends restore the resilience and youthfulness to the spine by helping keep the elasticity of the cartilage of the disc between the spine youthful. So twist, we're reading in another class, other than the obvious, right? If you're breathing the diaphragm, massaging your liver, kidneys, and spleen, but it's like a tourniquet right now. You're breathing deep. The oxygenated blood is waiting to come in. And this book that we read, it pours in there when you come out of the twist, flushing through that fresh blood, the liver, spleen, kidneys, moving all the waste out into the bloodstream to be cleaned out of your body. When you're ready, let's come back over to the other side, turning to the other side. This time I'll get to watch. I'll be as descriptive as I can. So you're on your forearm, strap in hand. Try to find a nice straight line of energy with the body, and then bend that bottom leg for balance, and the strap goes on the ball of that foot. Hand is grabbed up as close to the foot as possible so you can get plenty of leverage to bring more pain to your body. Up here. When you're ready, bring in the breath and explore working with that straight leg. I bend that bottom leg for balance. And you're pulling here. Good, very nice. Make sure you're breathing. Looks good to me when you're ready. That strap will loosen a little bit in your hand, right? But drop that leg in front. Right? Drop the leg in front and keep it at hip height. And you got 5 breaths. Try to pull that foot up toward the front part of your mat. Leg is straight, right? Very nice. When you're ready, you can release the strap. Bend that same leg. Grab a hold of that foot. Push the groin forward. Lay the head back. Open the heart. Kick that foot away, finding a nice back bend. And you're still on the forearm. Finding a nice back bend. Good. And breathing. Right. And give me 3 more breaths. Well done. When you're ready, remember that same leg goes in front. Place it in front and find a nice spinal twist to the other side, turning the head the other way. I'd love it if you could anchor that knee that you just set down, finding a nice twist, right? So Danny, you'll put your right hand on top of the knee. Put your right hand pushing down, right? And that gives you a real effective twist. Breathing here. Good. Give me a few more breaths. Good job. Whenever you're ready, roll on your back, hug in both knees. We bring that spine back to equanimity. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and release. Take a break, do nothing. And we'll get ready for our next sequence. So as you take these next 10 breaths, you can visualize how you're going to maneuver yourself to table pose with block in hand. You'll need your block, and we're having a bonus round here. If you drop your block, you lose bonus points. So you'll see what I mean in a moment. Nobody dropped their block this morning. Everybody got all the bonus points. So when you're ready, eventually make your way up to table pose. But bring your block. When you get to table pose, right? Table pose. Step your right foot up to your hands. Place the foot where it's comfortable. Bring the block in your right hand. Leave your left hand on the mat. Place the block behind your back and open the right shoulder to the heavens. Breath comes in. Here we go. Breath comes in. As you exhale, open it up, right? Twisting the back and modified side angle. Every time you exhale, open up a little more. Remember, we're using the block for about 5 or 6 moves. When you're ready, release that block down. Set the right hand on the mat. Place the block in your left hand. Bring your left arm behind the back. Open the left shoulder to the heavens. As you exhale, open it up. Each time the exhale comes in, do the work. And give me about 2 more breaths. When you're ready, release out of that. Leave your right foot where it is. Come up to kneeling. As you come, you got to have the block. You got to have the block. You lost the point. As you come up, head lays back. Block goes to the heavens each time you bring an inhale in. Each time you inhale, push the block up higher and higher, stretching the spine, right? Trying to bring more space between the vertebrae. As we know, you can impinge the energy to the nerves as your vertebrae lose space between them, right? Affecting systems of the body. Give me 1 more deep inhale as you stretch out. Don't forget, keep your block in hand. When you're ready, release down. I don't care which hand the block's in, though. Let's find a lateral bend to either side of choice. Exhaling your way to a nice lateral bend. About 4 or 5 breaths here. Remember, we're doing the splits, and you'll need your block for that. Give me a couple more breaths. Whenever you're ready, come back up, bring the block in the other hand, find a nice lateral bend on the other side. Exhaling your way down into a beautiful lateral bend. And give me just a couple more breaths. You're ready. Come back up, block in hand. I don't care which hand it goes in. Let's find a little kneeling cobra. Block goes back by the back foot. Lay the other arm back, lay the head back, and bring in the breath. Each time the exhale hits, try to go back a little more. Give me 2 more breaths. Well done. When you're ready, come back up. Bring the block in the other hand. Find a little kneeling cobra on the other side. Lay the other arm back. Breath comes in. Open the heart. Find one of the most important things you can do for your body besides deep breathing, and that's back bends, which America it doesn't do enough of, right? And give me 3 more deep breaths. When you're ready, releasing out. Keep your block with you. So you'll have the block as you bring your hand down to the mat and try to work your way into the splits. Just go where you want. As the breath comes in, just work the heel forward, the block forward. When you get to where you don't want to go anymore, and that's about where I am, that's good enough. Breath comes in as you explore this pose, which is good for the back of the leg, but also it's a hip opener. Good for sciatica. So how many more breaths should we go, Carol?
3.
Carol says 5 more breaths. I think I want to keep the humor in these classes. Nobody's watching anyway. When you're ready, yeah. When you're ready, let's try to get back from the splits, release the block, and find table pose. We're going to pigeon. Right? We're going to pigeon. Take your right knee all the way up to the hands. We're resting too in a way, right? Scoot that right foot about 6 inches to the left, the knee to the hands, and then walk that left leg back, right? And when you're ready, release the forearms down to the mat, release the head, and bring in the breath. So a little resting here from that vinyasa, right? That flowing sequence. So see if you can back that back leg up, if possible, and walk that back leg back. No one in particular, just. Okay, we're going to do roosting pigeon. So leave your legs where they are and just lift up a moment. Walk 20 degrees to the right and then roost down for about 5 breaths. As you're breathing here in roosting pigeon, back down in the forearms. It's just a different way to open the hip. As you're breathing here in roosting pigeon, I want you to visualize the full expression of pigeon, right? Remember, I always say you're going to walk the hands back, keep walking the hands back, keep walking the hands back, trying to get that trunk way back by the foot, and then, of course, we'll bend the back knee. So keep your legs where they are, come back to center, and come up on your hands and keep walking the hands back. Keep on walking the hands back. Keep going. Bring that trunk back as far as you can, and when you're ready, bend the back knee and grab that foot with the left hand. Bring your chest back to center, and the breath comes in. Right, wonderful back bend, good opening the heart, also stretching the leg, and still opening up the hip. Give me 2 more breaths. When you're ready, see if you can release out and push back into child's pose. And we'll do the other side. As you visualize the last 5 or 6 breaths, doing the same thing with the block on the left side. Those of you who dropped your block, we'll try not to do it this time. You lose bonus points. When you're ready, let's come on up to table pose. Step your left foot up to the hands. Leave your right hand on the mat. Bring the block in your left hand. Bring it behind your back. Open up the left shoulder. Boom, breath comes in. Twisting. As you exhale, open the shoulder. As you exhale, try to look up to the heavens, behind the back, Holly. That chin looks straight up, right? As you exhale your way open. Good. You looking up, Danny? When you're ready, go ahead and release that left arm behind the back. Set that left hand on the mat. Bring the block in your right hand. Bring that block behind your back on the right side. As soon as you get it there, exhale your way, opening it up. You're patient. You're waiting for the exhale. When it hits, do a little opening. Right? I like to say the breath's been with you since birth. Might as well use it to open up that wonderful body. Give me one more exhale. This is the hard side, isn't it? When you're ready, release down, but don't drop the block. Leave the left foot where it is. Come on up to kneeling. As you come up, block goes to the heavens. Head lays back. You bring in the breath again. As you inhale, lift, right? Lift out. Feel like you're separating in two. Be patient, wait for the inhale, and keep trying to stretch, right? So we're stretching the armpits again where we have lymph nodes, but also creating more space in the body and the spine so your body can create new pathways, new energetic pathways or physical pathways. When you're ready, give me one more inhale or not, and then release down. Take the block in either hand, right? Give me a nice lateral bend to your side of choice as you exhale your way to either side. And just be patient, wait for the exhale, work your way into a nice lateral bend. Usually I go 4 or 5 breaths. So when you're ready, finish up with one more breath and go to the other side. You can come up on an inhale and then time it with an exhale, right? If you want, working with the breath. And give me 2 more breaths. Cobra, right? Come back up. The block can be in either hand. Makes no difference to me, but place that block back by your back foot. Lay that other arm back, lay the head back. Bring in the breath. Try to find a nice line here, straight back, if at all possible. But there's nothing wrong with a little twisting back bend either. It's fine. It's all good for the spine. Make sure the breath comes in as you exhale. Let it go, right, as you exhale. Surrender. What a beautiful sight. When you're ready, release out. Bring the block in the other hand and find kneeling cobra on the other side. Place it back by the back foot, lay the arm back, and the breath comes in. As you exhale, let it go. Breathing in and out through the nose. And give me 2 more breaths as we eagerly anticipate the splits. When you're ready, releasing out. Now the left foot, right, works its way maybe to the heel. And then blocks in either hand as you work your splits. Breath comes in. As you explore. Wonderful. I had some new people in class last night, right? One woman was laughing quite a bit for some reason. A lot of laughter, more than I've ever heard in a class. But we had a lot of variety in that class, right, today. That's a lot of variety in this class. Give me a few more breaths. When you're ready, make your way back to table pose. You can use the block or not, any way that you can. Remember, pigeon, right? When you get the table, bring your left knee all the way up to the hands, right. Scooch that left foot to the right about 6 inches and then walk that leg back, right? And try to walk the leg back as far as you can, trying to sit down as low as you can. And then drop down to your forearms, release the head. And bring in the breath. Give me a few more breaths here as you visualize roosting pigeon. Leave your legs where they are. Come up a moment and just walk about 20-25 degrees to the left and then roost back down for about 5 breaths. Since we don't do this that often, I like to stay in just a short time in roosting pigeon. As you're roosting here, you can think about the full expression of pigeon, right? And try to keep the legs where they are as you walk the trunk back. When you're ready, come back to center, leave the legs, and walk your hands back. Keep on walking the hands back. Keep on walking the hands back. Bring the chest up as you come in. Straighten up, right? Get that trunk up, you know? Keep walking your hands back. Keep going, keep going. But this comes up. You're not lifting up, right? And then bend that back knee and grab that foot. Okay? Go ahead, Danny.
Yeah, this one.
So the flexibility of the back allows pigeon. Okay? As the back becomes more flexible with back bends, you're able to get into pigeon. When you're ready, without slapping that foot, place it down and push back into child's pose. So there's no ego in yoga. It doesn't matter how well you do or anybody, or whether a class is being filmed or not. Just do what you can do and don't sweat the rest, right? And our word of the day is adoration. We'll talk about that in the class. But don't sweat it if you're challenged in a pose. So stay with me. We still have about 15 minutes. Keep your focus, keep your awareness. When you're ready, let's come back up to table pose. We're going to do a little bit of a strengthener here. Then we'll make our way to standing. So you're in table. Take either leg and bend the knee and bring that foot up. Scorpion. Head comes up too. Hold here. Awareness that arching the back, right? Breath comes in. Face is soft. Now, release the leg down as you round the back. Chin goes to the chest. Bring that knee toward the forehead. Try not to touch the foot to the mat. And then set that knee down. Bring the other leg up. Bend the knee, though. I like to bring the foot up. The foot helps drive that back to arch. Head comes up, breath comes in. Face is soft. A little strengthener here, right? And then round the back, chin to chest as you bring that knee, scoop it under, bring it toward the forehead. Don't touch the foot to the mat. And then set that knee down. Straighten the other leg, straight back, hip height. Hold it there a moment. And then cat bow. Dip your chin down to the mat. Don't get any mat burn on the chin. Push back up the table. Set that knee down. Last one, extend that other leg straight back. Hold there a moment. When you're ready, cat bow. Bring that chin down to the mat. Hold there a moment. Soft face, right? Good job. When you're ready, push back, set that knee down, and push into child's pose. Okay, so we could have gone on with that. There's a fine line. Last night we pushed up from cat bow with one leg and went to downward dog. And then we did wild thing. But I think it was too much, right? The first time I taught the class, sometimes I put in way too much. So you can visualize coming up to downward dog via table pose. Take a few more breaths as you think about it. And whenever you're ready, come up to table pose, curl the toes under, and push into downward dog. You can lift your heels up one at a time as you stretch out the back of the legs. Breath comes in as we enjoy inversion, oxygenating the most important gland of the brain, your pituitary gland. Also your hypothalamus gland, which kicks in adrenaline when you need it, is in the brain, as well as the pineal gland, which activates only when you meditate. And we're restoring functionality to all the organs of the body. When you're ready, today, we're not going to lunge. We'll just walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands, or a combination of both of those, and find forward fold. Keep your fingertips by the toes as you stretch out the back of your legs. If your legs are already straight, bring more fingertips down to bear. You can lift your heels up one at a time, shimmy your butt side to side as you bring more awareness to the back of the legs. And if your legs are not straight, bend your knees, barely place the fingertips on the mat. And try to straighten the legs. When you're ready, make your way up to standing. So we're not balancing today. Okay? We won't be doing any balancing poses. I think what I'm going to end up doing is teaching the classes like I always do. Just loose and relaxed, and being able to bark out everybody's names and stuff like that. Very good. Let me go ahead and get the air. While you're finding your right foot in front in a warrior stance, okay? In a warrior stance. We're going to do 2 series I've never done in the building before. 2. Okay? So figure out your right leg warrior. Where are you going to go with it today? Okay? When you're ready, let's find warrior 2. Right fingertips out front, kind of in line with the toes, and then look to your left. Make sure both arms are in line with each other, and then back to the right fingertips. Breath comes in as you hang here a moment. Now, watch. Turn to your right, bringing your left fingertips to the front. And then bring that right arm behind the back and turn more to the right. Look to the right. Twist that shoulder to the right. Bring in the breath. A little twisting. Warrior 2. And release everything. Straighten the legs. You can rotate to the other side. Okay. Take a moment here, right? When you rotate, sometimes the feet get off and you're just not balanced, right? We'll do the same thing on the other side. So testing the left knee, where are you going to take it? When you're ready, let's find warrior 2. Left fingertips come out. Look to your right, bring both arms in line with each other. and then back to the left. Breath comes in, you're looking right over the left fingertips. Listen carefully. Turn to your left now, bringing the right fingertips out in front of you. And then bring the left arm behind the back and turn that shoulder to the left. Turn your head to the left and breathe. Right? You're trying to twist. Right? You're trying to twist. Good. Keep it going. I need a few more breaths. When you're ready, release out and straighten the legs and rotate the feet back to front. Okay? And then take a moment to set up your right side again. Okay? Where are you going to go? How deep do you feel like going today? Okay? From here, go back into Warrior Two. We won't be here long. Look to both sides. I'll make sure you have a nice line of energy going. To turn the palm of the right hand up to the heavens and float it straight up. When you get it up, take that back hand on the back leg and trickle it down the leg as you go into a deeper back bend in Reverse Warrior. And then float back in to Warrior Two. Check both arms again for a moment. And then back on the right fingertips. Once again, rotate to the right, bringing the left hand to the front. Turn the palm of the left hand that you just put out front to the heavens and float it up. When you get just straight up with the left hand, bring that right arm behind the back and turn once again to the right. And bring in the breath as we have a nice back bend with a twist thrown in there. A little Reverse Warrior with a twist. When you're ready, release, straighten the legs. Oh. And rotate to the left. Last one, last standing pose of the day. And we have about 5 minutes, so stay with me. Take a moment to figure out where you want to go with the knee. Right? Where you want to go. And when you're ready, Warrior Two. Just briefly here, make sure both arms are in line with each other. And then turn the palm of the left hand to the heavens, float it up. When you get it straight up and down, take that right back hand as you exhale down the leg. Reverse Warrior. So this goes pretty far back. And then release back to Warrior Two. Just a moment. Get the hands lined up again. When you're ready, turn to your left as you bring the right fingertips out front. Turn the palm of the right hand to the heavens and float it up. When it gets straight up, take that left arm behind the back and then turn the left shoulder to the left and bring in the breath. Turn toward me. Give me 2 more deep breaths. When you're ready, release down. Just as gently as a cat, let us sit down on the mat. Face forward. Okay, so we're winding down, so you can get that mentality. We'll go ahead and bend the knees. We've got 4 soft movements here as we finish up our practice. So the knees are bent deep enough so you can grab the outer edges of the feet. Breath comes in now. You can adjust the sit bones. And as you, in your own time here, you'll gently walk the heels forward. And just work your way, right, where you feel comfortable. You can go about halfway down and just find a little back stretch, right? Breath comes in, or if you elect, you can go all the way down and find a head to knee. Just go where you'd like to go. But I definitely want the hands grabbing the feet, right? Try to grab the feet so you have enough leverage to do what you need to do. Good. So this, as we know, is very head to knee, very calming for the nervous system. Give me about 5 more breaths. We're staying a little longer today. Well done. When you're ready, release out. Bend the knee, bend the right knee. The left leg is still straight. Half lord of the fish. Just bring that right foot on the other side of the left leg. Adjust your sit bones. And since that's the right leg, when you're ready, hug it with the left arm. Take the right hand behind you on the mat. Push that right hand into the mat. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist to your right. Next exhale, see if you can twist a little more to the right and hold on to a nice, effective twist here. And of course, as we twist, the lungs are twisted. We're breathing deeply into less volume of lungs, strengthening your respiratory system. You can even make your lungs larger if you're breathing correctly in your yoga practice. Give me a couple more breaths. Good job. When you're ready, releasing out. You can straighten that right leg, bend the left leg, place that left foot on the other side of the right leg, making any adjustments you need to, hugging, and when you're ready, that's your left leg, so hug it with your right arm, left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, twist your left. And usually for me, it takes a couple exhales. I twist again on the exhale, maybe even walking the fingertips a little bit away from me as I bring in the deep breath, enjoying the benefits of twisting. And give me about 2 more deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, releasing back to center, you can straighten the legs again. Last pose of the day. Fingertips are pointing away from you. Get a little lean. We're not going to lift up. And just try to arch the back, open the heart, and lay the head back. Breath comes in. You're focusing on all 3 of those. Back is arched, heart is open, and head lays back. And we talked about the thoracic cavity where the heart resides. All the lymphatic fluid, more fluid than you have blood, has to drain in the ducts that are located near the heart. So as we open that area, I'm sure it helps with drainage because your lymphatic fluid cannot move unless you're moving. If you're stagnant, you're going to have problems because we need to keep moving that lymphatic fluid. When you're ready, release out. Find the most important pose in all of yoga, your final resting pose. If you need to hug the knees in or do some arch pose, lifting your butt up and down from the mat, by all means. Otherwise, enjoy the benefits of your hard work. Great job today. As you slowly bring your awareness back to the moment, take all the time you need, stretch out any way that works best for your body. Eventually, mindfully, carefully make your way to a comfortable seated position. Too easy? Way too easy. I like the variety, right? Just kind of flowing from one to the next. Let's bring our hands together near the heart center as always. Thank you all for such a delicious effort sharing your practice with me and with each other. I'm going to stay with the Taoism book that was lent to me as far as a final saying today. It's a philosophy from China. Today's thought: try to eliminate negative thoughts and strive for constant adoration for all. I hope the rest of your day is euphoric. Namaste. Great job. Great job.